Good morning! Or should I say good day, because this is an all-day breakfast. Welcome to my food channel, Mel's Gluten-Free Symphony. My name is Melissa and this is the place where all your gluten-free fantasies come true. So today I'm in the mood for an omelette. So I figured why not make it as wholesome as possible. This is my sausage pizza omelette. I'm drooling already. So let's move on to the recipe. Wow, just look at that spread. So among all these vibrant vegetables, you require half a medium-sized onion weighing approximately 30 grams. Moving on to those plump red tomatoes, you need approximately 150 grams. I'm using 2 medium-sized ones for this recipe. Next, you'll need some garlic. Just 4 cloves should do it, weighing approximately 4 grams. Yellow and red capsicums. I love these beauties. They have a crisp, savory sweetness to them, and just look at those popping colors. I'm using approximately 10 grams of each. You could use just one color. In that case, you'll need to add 20 grams of it. I doubt anyone would eat pizza without olives on them. They are a sweet, briny flavor. I'm using 8 black olives weighing approximately 15 grams. Basil, tomatoes and olives are the quintessential pizza combo. Just adding a touch of basil will lift the fragrance of this omelette. I'm using 1 small leaf. And I'll be adding 3 whoppers of pork sausages, weighing approximately 120 grams. So this filling is sufficient for 2 2-egg omelettes. Or 1 4-egg omelette if you have a pan big enough to cook it. Okay, now let's begin with finely chopping the garlic. Get rid of those end bits and finely chop your garlic. Once that's done, keep it aside. Now to chop those tomatoes. I usually cut them in half, then veg out the stem connective section. Then I place 1 half skin side down and slice lengthways. After which I turn it 90 degrees and make perpendicular cuts. I'm basically finely dicing the tomatoes. I prefer slicing them skin side down because I can get the knife through with more precision. When you're done, keep the prepped tomatoes aside. Now slice into your onion. First remove all the skin, just give it a rinse and begin chopping. Once again, I'm just finely dicing it. So first I'm making thin lengthwise slices, then thinly slicing breadthways. Try and cut as finely as possible, it gives the overall sauce a better texture. Now we've got those popping capsicums. I'm just cutting out a small sliver from each capsicum. Next you'll need to finely dice them. Once again, I prefer keeping the skin side down as I find that the knife sinks in a lot better into the inner segment, giving me more precise cuts. Once you're done cutting them lengthwise, turn them by 90 degrees and cut them breadthwise. Wow, just look at those yellow and red jewels. When you're done with your capsicum, keep it aside. Let's move on to chopping those whoppers. I'm just simply slicing them. To make this prep go quicker, I'm lining them up parallel to one another. And there you go, 3 almost evenly sliced sausages. Next up, those sweet briny olives. I'll just be slicing them as well. I like to see the breadthwise cross section of an olive on my slice of pizza. So I'm just replicating that here. Ooh, now we're getting into the hot stuff. So get your non-stick pan ready on a medium-low flame and melt 1 teaspoon of butter. I'm using regular salted butter here. Spread the butter around to evenly coat the base of the pan. Now topple in your garlic along with a 1/4 teaspoon red chili flakes. Stir that around and then add a 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano. Give it 1 more stir. Let that fry for no more than 30 seconds. You do not want to brown your garlic. Next, add in your finely diced onion and saute it till it turns translucent. Sprinkling in some salt helps speed up the process. It took roughly 1.5 minutes to cook down. The base of any pizza sauce is incomplete without those delicious red ripe tomatoes. So toss them in and give it a stir. Once mixed, I like to lay them out flat on the base of the pan. It helps cook them down evenly and quickly. I'm also sprinkling in some sugar. Now this is completely optional, but adding it balances out those tart flavors. Now add in a 1/4 teaspoon of fish sauce. It packs a salty umami punch that I absolutely love in my meals. Just a tad bit goes a long way. This is an essential ingredient in my pantry of condiments. I have no affiliation with this brand, but just wanted to show you guys what I use. I'm also using Worcestershire sauce once again. This isn't a promotion, but ever since I moved to Goa, I've been purchasing this brand. I like American Garden's version as well. Just make sure your Worcestershire is gluten-free. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of this sauce into my pizza base. Now stir all of that in. Once your tomatoes have softened, toss in those sliced sausages. Then let them cook till the side facing down develops a golden brown color. It should take roughly 2 minutes. Then flip the pieces and continue to cook them till the other side caramelizes as well. It should take another minute. Then add in your finely diced capsicum. Now for that herby aromatic basil leaf. Just roughly tear it apart into small pieces and throw it in. Stir all of that around, and lastly topple in your sliced olives and give your pizza filling one final toss. You don't want to cook the capsicum and basil leaf for too long, or else you might get some bitter notes in there as well. This sausage pizza filling is just so vibrant with all those colors. Now just empty it out into a bowl and leave it aside while you work on your omelette. I'll be using the same pan for preparing the omelette, so I need a nice clean pan surface to work with, or else the outer layer of my omelette will have specks of charred pizza filling. So before I wash the pan, I'm just giving it a good scrape down. You know what time it is? It's cheesy time! So for this omelette, I'm using a good simple cheddar cheese. No promotion here, but I personally like this brand's cheddar. It's easy on the wallet and it's got loads of fermented cheesy flavor. But of course, go with whichever brand is convenient for you to find. So I'm using a total of 35 grams of cheese per omelette. I'll be using 5 grams in my beaten egg and 30 grams along with the filling. Now let's get cracking! Both these eggs weigh approximately 116 grams with the shell. I had just purchased these eggs for the recipe video, so I know they're absolutely fresh. Once you've cracked both your eggs into a bowl, it's time to add the seasoning. Just a pinch of salt and some ground black pepper. I also want to carry the flavors of the filling into the eggs as well. So I'm sprinkling in some dried oregano and a small pinch of red chili powder. A teaspoon of milk will give this omelette a fluffy texture. Then grate in your 5 grams of cheddar cheese. Now whisk all of that together till you start to see some airy bubbles appear on the surface. We're getting closer to the finale, guys! Now begin heating your pan. The diameter of this pan is 24 centimeters, so it's perfect for cooking a 2-egg omelette. To cook your omelette, first melt a teaspoon of butter in your pan over a low flame. I'm using salted butter here. And spread it around till it fully coats the bottom. Push that melted butter along the sides of the pan as well. This ensures the edges of your omelette comes off cleanly away from the pan. Once your pan is prepped and just about hot, pour in that egg-licious mixture and using your spatula immediately begin fluffing it up. I know what you're thinking, Mel, these aren't scrambled eggs. But trust me, it yields the most fluffiest omelette you've ever eaten in your life. That's a big claim, but try it and I'm pretty confident that this is the technique you're going to use for all your future omelettes. So keep fluffing it up till there's just enough liquid to spread it around evenly. Make sure your flame is on low the entire time. It depends on how easily your pan conducts heat. Mine heats up pretty fast, so I like to keep my flame on medium-low to low. It took around 1 minute to cook it to this stage. Keep in mind that you'll be adding the filling and cheese while the flame is still on, so the egg should still be a little wet or else you'll land up with overcooked egg. After you've spread your eggy liquid around, start filling in that omelette. Spoon half the mixture you made along the diameter of the omelette. Now just grate your cheese directly over the filling. The side facing up should still be soft and a little glossy. This ensures a creamy center. Slightly lift an edge or two of your omelette to check whether it's leaving the pan. Then use a couple of spatulas to fold your omelette. Fold one side over the filling followed by the other side. Now flip the omelette to seal the folded section. Pat it down ever so slightly to ensure it's sealed well. Now switch your flame off immediately and move on to plating. The residual heat will continue to cook the eggs, so don't leave it on the pan for too long. All in all, the omelette took me approximately 2 to 3 minutes to cook up. serve up that golden chunk of deliciousness next to some fresh basil leaves, and it's done. The fluffiest omelette with some juicy sausage pizza filling and cheese all the way. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Make sure to pair it with a crusty slice of buttered toast and a hot cup of coffee. A very good morning indeed. The punchy cheddar cheese against the rich creaminess of that egg and those tart, meaty flavors from the tomatoes and sausages is probably some of the best flavors and texture profiles anyone would want in a breakfast meal. Oh yeah, and the olives and the herbs give it that delicious pizza feel to it. So this recipe is inspired by none other than my partner Elden. He cooks breakfast every single day and knocks it out of the ballpark every time. Even the boiled eggs he prepares are some of the best I've eaten. He just knows how to perfectly cook eggs every possible way. In fact, he taught me the technique of cooking fluffy omelettes. So I thought I'd give him a break and cook breakfast for once. Thanks for all you do, babe. This one's for you. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this recipe. Why not make it for someone you love? Surprise them or surprise yourself. And let me know how it pleases those taste buds. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if the channel brings you joy, do yourself a favor and subscribe to it. Don't forget to share it with anyone and everyone who loves food. I'm gonna continue relishing this now. Bye-bye.